Okay, so we are on week 11 of a 42-week project. And so this is one of the blocks. There are pictures of the quilt out there on the internet. I think Chloe posts pictures of them.
On Quilters HQ.
On Quilters HQ. The pattern is free to download. We have kits available. The kits are $5. And if you wanted just to hold them for a month, so you do 4 of them at a time, that's fine too. We have a list of people. We do have, 1 or 2 back kits that we can do.
We have enough to put kits together.
And we do have enough to put kits together. So we're on week 11.
So they could go download the pattern then and put their own fabrics and sew along if they want to.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. It's a great stash buster. All you need is a common background print, and I think it was 3, maybe 4 yards of background fabric. Fabric requirements are out there too to download. And you don't have to download them one at a time. You can add them all to your cart and download. You do have to put in a real email address because that is how you get the download link. So it gets emailed to you, and a phone number. So that's out there for you to download. It's free. And who doesn't like free?
Yeah, so a free pattern, and this is week 11 of the sewing, so you can kind of see what it looks like a little bit, one of the blocks. A few people have had a couple of problems downloading, but we can get those sent over to them. I know that Kathy signed up, so.
Okay. I just uploaded it, so if there's a problem, that scares me a little bit. So we'll check on that. So if it's not available right now, I will check right after we're finished here and make sure it's available. So give me about 10 minutes after we're done, and I will make sure we have it.
What fabrics are we sewing with?
This is Paintbrush Studio Solids. I love their fabrics. I used to like another brand, but they were kind of collected lint and
Hi, Amber.
not quite as soft. These are really soft fabrics.
They have a great feel.
And so part of what I'm doing is, with the pattern, it's not on here, I printed it before I added it, is how you can cut this with AccuQuilt. So I'm including the AccuQuilt compatible die. This is a 9-inch finished block. And so this one, we're using the 9-inch cube. And this is die number 5. So shall we get started?
I think so.
So first thing, when you're cutting with AccuQuilt, measure your die. And so the actual die, I'm going the wrong way. These 1/2-inch rulers always mess me up.
It's the new math, drives them crazy.
I'm used to a ruler that is just 6 inches. And so the 6.5 just throws me for a loop. So it's 3.5 inches. So I'm going to cut a strip of fabric at 4 inches. Let me turn my ruler around so I don't miscut.
And you've got both pieces there.
I do know.
Okay, just want to make sure.
They're all going to be the same size. So one easy cut. And I think we need 16 pieces. So I'm going to need 2 strips. And I know that because I've cut that. Did I cut that wrong? Nope, I didn't.
So we're basically, this quilt that we're making is a remake or a redo of a quilt that you did a long time ago.
It is. So it's one that I did. Did I just cut that wrong? Wouldn't be the first time. Nope, I did it right. So next time we need to have the 6-inch ruler because this throws me off every time. When you get used to a ruler, you just can't swap back and forth. Mixes me up.
Mm-hmm. So this is a remake or a...
So this is a quilt that I designed.
New and improved.
Yeah, I like that. New and improved. So I designed this quilt when I was maybe a couple of years into sewing or quilting. And didn't use good fabrics. I didn't know that there was a difference. I thought that everything you bought at those big box stores was all the same, and it's not. So we can show it later to you. We'll be going in that direction. And a lot of things I've learned since I've been quilting too, things you should and shouldn't do, and things I could have done better. But it's a pretty quilt, so I don't mind making it again.
You probably learn a lot along the way, and everybody has tips of things that they learned. And
they do.
If you've got a great tip that something you changed when you first started quilting to now, how you would do it, post it.
AccuQuilt. That would be my number one tip. I wish I had known about it when I started. That would be my number one.
A lot of people could benefit from the tips of people who've learned stuff along the way.
So that was one pass at 6 layers, so that's 12. Kathy. So I just need, what's that, 4 more? Yep. One more pass like that. And then I have all of my ebony pieces.
So if you haven't seen the AccuQuilt, that's the manual one over there she's using.
I like it. It's fast. I like to go big, the electric one, but the thing I like about this, there's no speed limit. It's as fast as I can roll it through.
It's the Autobahn.
What is it you told us? You so fast and you drive like an old lady? Is that it?
I do. I drive like an old lady. People are cussing behind me.
Is that
going,
true, Robert?
I see him. Get out of the way.
Oh, no. She does good.
But yeah.
She will run them over on the highway, though.
No, not me.
Oh, yeah.
On the sewing machine, for sure. I find that I personally sew better and my seams are straighter if I sew faster.
Interesting.
I don't know why. Can't really say the same thing for driving.
So how has fabric changed over the years, you think? I mean, from when you made this first quilt to this remake now?
I don't think it's changed that much. From like my grandmother's fabrics for sure. So they don't use metals in the dyeing process anymore. The dyes are better, they're more consistent. And we're done cutting that out. What did that, like 2 minutes?
It's a pretty quick block, so tried to make these quick to sew along. So.
Well, like I said, I designed this when I was just starting out, so they're simple blocks because that was my skill level then. And who doesn't like easy blocks, right? So I'm sewing on the TL 2010. This is a straight stitch machine from Juki. It's metal, cast aluminum. People love this machine for both piecing and quilting. And so the nice thing about AccuQuilt is my pieces are already dog-eared for me. So I don't have to go back and trim them again. Now let me tell you, sewing standing up is a skill.
The 2010's back in stock, by the way, $9.99.
It is back in stock, and we have what, 2 or 3 of the platinum editions?
I think we have 3 of the platinum editions left.
Every time we talk about it, we have people commenting how much they love theirs. So
no, that's good. It's a good machine.
It is a good machine. You can do free motion quilting on this. I have a video out there about binding with this machine. What did we say it was? 25? I always forget. 2,500? Or no, not 2,500. That's the other machine.
Faster.
It's my other. I think it's 1,500 stitches per minute.
Something like that. Maybe a little more.
You're going to love how quickly these blocks go together.
Yeah, so if it's something that you have some time to take on, you could probably catch up. If you haven't sewn along, just get the pattern, get some fabrics, and get out your race car sewing machine. And
I think our most complicated block took 30 minutes. So
yeah, there was one that took a little longer.
Well, that's a good question. How many of you have a serger in your sewing room?
Yeah.
Because I think every quilter should. There's just stuff that you can do with it that's...
I think we're going to be doing some upcoming shows on that, some classes, and little tutorials. Get your serger out.
Talk about
Let's
sewing
make
fast.
something.
That's what I like to do on the serger. It's just
No kidding. Okay, so all of these, I'm looking at my pattern, and not all of them are going to press towards the dark side. So, this is the doohickey. Robert sort of gets it. It is the multi-function finger presser tool.
But they come in asking for the doohickey. Robert's tool. Now, which one is it, Robert?
It's the doohickey. So it's really nice. It saves you from having to run over to your ironing board every time you do a block. So I'm actually paying attention to which way the seams go on the block. So I'm comparing the block and how this is laying out, because I want my seams to nest when I sew them all together. So there's a sewing tip for you. So, and I think it's just a rotating, it's like one goes towards the dark and one goes towards the blue. This is artesian color.
The colors are very pretty.
Yeah, I really like the Paintbrush Studio Solids. They're vibrant. They've got a lot of color with them.
If you haven't tried them, you should try them out.
So I have to think about this one for a second. That goes like that. So does it matter? I don't think it does. And you can start to see the block coming together, sort of.
Hi, Brenda. You're not late.
You're not late, so I'm just paying attention to which direction my seams go and the block. So this one will take you a little bit longer to lay out, but you should be fine. So, and I think that is the case. They're just alternated. Yep. Any questions?
So Virginia was saying that she bought a serger because of the demo that you did on binding for your quilt, and Gail asked if Virginia binds her quilt with a serger.
Oh.
So
I did that one the wrong way. I'm going to do another one.
Can Joan show what she means about nesting, please?
Absolutely. So with nesting, that gives you the ability so if you look at these two, if I point them the same direction, you'll see that one seam is pointing one direction, the other seam is pointing the other direction. So normally we press our seams like this towards the dark side, but when we're piecing this together, so if my seams are nested, let me just put this together, then this seam, the seam, this fold, will sink into the fold of this one. So that's what nesting is. And when you do that, and you piece along here, and you open it up, then your points are really sharp. So it's a good practice to get into the habit of. And so I'm watching how this is going to piece together in each row, because I'm going to piece this in rows. And so I'm watching how do I need to press my seam so that when I do sew these together, my seams are not like this. So see how on this my seams are both pressed going the same direction. So this one is pointing to the left, my left, your left, not my left. So, and both of them are. So that's what I'm trying to avoid here. We'll set that one off and we'll use it in a minute. And this one. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Be sure to like and share. We really appreciate it when you do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of customers that we haven't seen, and we do miss you.
Well, when Kelly came in today, I haven't seen her for months.
No doubt. She's staying at home. She only lives a block away.
Okay.
So everybody has their comfort level, and we're not judging at all. So we're all laid out, and I'm just looking to make sure that I'm following this pattern on all of my pieces. So if the blue is right, the ebony is right too. So check that before you start piecing. You'll save yourself some time with your seam ripper. Nobody likes that. That's not half the time.
Seam ripper.
No kidding. Okay. Here we go. With the rose. Oh, there's a funny show on Netflix about Goodbye 2020, and they had an actress playing the Queen of England, and her message went to YouTube, and so at the very end they have her saying, "Now smash that like button," in a very proper British accent. It's pretty funny. And I think that they surmise how we all feel about 2020. If you have seen it, comment. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I think everybody has Netflix now, right? We all signed up for COVID.
Yeah, I probably watched everything on it too.
I think so.
Amazon Prime. Anything so that we didn't have to watch the news anymore.
Yeah, no, that's no fun.
What did you say last year? 2020 was the year of abundance?
Clarity.
Clarity.
Yeah, clarity.
You know, 2020.
This year is abundance.
Okay.
This year is the year of abundance.
Yeah. Well, all the time should be abundance.
Right. And I am doing these one at a time because I don't know what happens to me, but somehow between here and here, stuff gets mixed up and turned the wrong way. And then I get to get out my seam ripper.
No, not the seam ripper. It's like the Mr. Bill show. No, not the Mr. Bill show.
Mr. Bill, Mr. Bill.
Oh, that poor Mr. Bill. He had it as bad as Kenny.
Yeah. True.
I know there are quilters out there that can do this. Just stack them all up and piece one right after the other. I'm not one of them. There's that saying, know yourself. I think I tried that once and it did not go well.
Know yourself?
Know yourself. Know your limits. My limit is...
That list is getting longer.
Isn't there some Latin words for that? Know thyself. It's Groundhog Day. We could all wake up tomorrow. It's the same day over and over.
Oh, God. Please, no.
Yeah, let's pick a really good day. Can we wait till the end of the day and then say, let's have this be our Groundhog Day?
That sounds pretty good.
Mine would probably be in Yellowstone.
That one sounds beautiful.
After the hike up the mountain.
And getting snowed in?
Yeah, it was a little bit of a long hike.
A little bit of a hike. And getting snowed in. That was an adventure.
That was definitely an adventure. It was a cold one.
It worked out, though.
It did.
And what was the lesson you learned?
I have no idea why we didn't have quilts in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we had blankets, and we had tons of quilts. We just didn't have them in the car.
Well, you don't really think about that as you're leaving and packing and going, it's like 1,000 degrees here in Kansas. And you don't think about, hey, it might
I don't think we were expecting a snowstorm. Oh, you know what? We actually didn't find that battery-operated seam ripper. We are going to have to go find that.
Okay. Matching up my seam.
Mrs. Cranford did a quilt of valor, and she had one row the wrong way. Had to get the seam ripper out.
It happens. Hopefully it doesn't happen often. May all your seams be straight and 1/4 inch, and so I press those that way. So I'm gonna press these.
Be prepared. It's that's the motto. We had blankets, we just didn't have the really cool quilts.
Yeah, I don't think it would have helped that much. It was pretty cold.
It was pretty cold. It was kind of uncomfortable to sleep in the car.
Yeah, I'm too old for that kind of stuff. My bones hurt when it gets cold.
Yep, you gotta watch Groundhog today.
Is that a thing, Groundhog on Groundhog Day?
I think so. Where he's driving with the groundhog. Don't drive angry. Don't drive angry. Gave a shout out for you there, Bill. Not Mr. Bill. Oh, no.
Okay, we're slap happy today.
Oh, Tuesday fun day. Right?
So if you didn't catch that, I do backstitch on the row when I'm doing the rows, but I don't necessarily do that when I'm piecing the block. And that keeps your blocks from coming apart. Down the road, when you're piecing all of your rows together, that's happened to me before. As a matter of fact, I think I have a couple of quilt tops that I need to fix because I didn't do that.
And I don't know if we say it enough or not enough, but we do appreciate all the people who tune into the show. I mean, you're what's made us be able to continue the show and try to come up with new content.
Yep, new content is always a struggle. So if there's something you want to see, just let us know.
We do this every Tuesday from 6 to 7 Central Time. We kind of usually show and tells, maybe demos, product reviews, unboxings, fabric sales, giveaways. We do give away every single show something.
Sometimes we have really good giveaways. We give away quilt kits.
Mm-hmm.
We gave away a sewing machine once.
We did. We did a scavenger hunt.
We did a scavenger hunt. Oh, there's my block. So let's go over here to the Laura Star.
We also right now are sewing a block of the week. It goes for 42 weeks. The pattern is free.
That's just some excess steam out of the iron. And then I'm going to press all of these seams in one direction.
The pattern's free to download, so you do it with your own colors. I think we have a few blocks available if you would like those.
Yeah, if they want to start from the beginning.
If you want to sign up, you're welcome to join in.
Yep. And perfect. There it is.
All right, so this is week number 11.
11, block number 2F.
2F.
Okay, if Corinne is watching, she commented, Joan never has threads sticking out on the sides and the bottom. And I said, yes, she does.
Oh, let me zoom in here for you,
There
Corinne. Yep, there's some threads hanging out.
You just can't, it's like camera magic.
Yeah. Well, it is sometimes. You don't see all of that.
You don't see all
right
of that
away.
because you can't see up that close.
But I assured her you had hanging threads.
I do. And I don't necessarily go flip those either. If they're going to be hidden in the quilt, we're not going to clip them off.